everyone, Cynthia here with Moon Made Botanicals. I've been out harvesting greens in the garden today. I have quite a bounty, and I thought I might demonstrate how to make a spring green soup. I've got ramps and nettles, as well as chickweed, which is coming to its end, and we definitely wanted to use it up, and some plantain leaves. Now these little plantains are very, very tiny right now, but they will get much larger as the season goes on to about this size of a ramp leaf. I've taken all of these leaves and chopped them quite well with my kitchen shears. I've also made some broth, homemade broth, out of cabbage, onions, and some large garlic. This is like an elephant garlic that grows out in the garden. So I'm going to take my broth, which is over here. I'll be dumping off the onions, cabbage, and garlic to be used later. I'm going to add my chopped greens into the steamer. I pre-measured this. I know that I have about 8 cups of chopped greens. So I've got that nice and full. I'm going to take the broth that I've created, pour it into my Vitamix, and we'll see how much I've got. I want at least a container full. That's just about perfect. I'm now going to take the greens, put them back on the pot. Move this over here. And taking this hot broth that I've just created, I'm going to blanch all of these greens. Stinging nettle can be quite potent and stingy. And it's a nice way to bring out flavor to blanch them. I've used stem and leaf. For some recipes, you might want to remove the leaves from the stem, but in this case, it wasn't necessary. It's so finely chopped. All right, and that has blanched things quite well. I'm now going to take these blanched greens and scoop them into my Vitamix blender. Oops. To have the tools in the right direction. Fell out in a big clump there, and it's well steamed all the way to the bottom. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to now take the broth that I've created and pour it back over the greens. Add just a little salt first. Get the broth poured right on top. That's about enough. Don't want it quite full all the way to the top. Place this on the blender. I'm going to put it on the soup setting, and we'll see what happens. What to do with the leftovers? Good question. I've got about this much of my green soup left after I've enjoyed 2 glasses of this size. So we'll further use it. I'll take the veggies that I steamed, put them in here. There's also a couple of morels in there. Into the blender. This would be a time you might want to season it further with some pepper, black pepper and turmeric, which will give it a pain relieving quality. Turmeric, you can add any kind of spices you'd like. Fennel, coriander, cumin, salt and pepper, of course, different kinds of peppers, red pepper, cayenne pepper. Use your imagination. There's also a bit of broth left over. I'm going to use that as well. I'll pop this on the blender and it'll turn into a nice, warm, nourishing soup. All right, the soup's all done. I'll bring it over here so you can see what a beautiful, incredible green color it is. Steamy, steamy hot. Beautiful in the cup. Put it in glass so you can see how lovely it is. But this Vitamix does make it warm, so it's ready to go as a warm soup. This is earthy. Now that it's blended up, I will take it and add some spices. Little salt for sure. Just what it needed. So, your leftovers, as this is quite a bit, you might not consume it in one sitting. Freeze it into cubes and use it to make soup later on, or to add to soup that you're making. It's particularly good added to some sauteed wild mushrooms like morels that are coming up out at medicine. Why consume these green drinks and beverages? Well, in my mind, it's the best way to take your vitamins every single day. Nettles are full of calcium, magnesium in a balanced way so that it's absorbed properly. Plantain, chickweed, violet leaf, ramps are full of E, A, and C, as well as vitamin K and other trace minerals that our bodies really need on a daily basis, particularly to keep our skin healthy. One green I neglected when I was making my soup was dandelion leaf, also full of those same minerals aforementioned, as well as potassium, available in all of these greens. So rather than popping a vitamin pill, drink your greens. Infusions work in a similar way. This is giving me a bit of fiber though, which is also quite good for our colon health. Hope you've enjoyed this.